All right, so what's up, guys? So we just got finished watching the show, It's Not You, It's Men. And this is my husband and I. We're married. We've been married 3 years now. And we've been together for 5 years. Now, my husband and I really don't like to have these type of conversations because we have the biggest debates because he thinks everybody thinks the way he thinks. So, ladies.
Majority of people think the way I think.
Okay, whatever. I said this. He said it's impossible for a guy to meet a woman and just want to be friends with her if she's pretty.
Now let me explain.
No, let me finish saying what I got to say. I said...
No, you can't say what you
said. No,
said.
yes, I can say what I want to say.
Until everybody understands what I'm asking first. What I'm saying. You gotta understand what I'm saying before you say what you said. Okay? Now, what I said was... Am I even in the camera? Make sure I'm in the camera.
All right.
What I said was... There's nobody in the world when you meet somebody on the street that you go up to them and already expecting to be somebody's friend. If you meet anybody on the street or on a humble while you're moving or wherever you are at that moment, it's got to be a physical thing to make you want to be with that person. And when I say be with, I'm not saying you thinking friends. You're not thinking friends that way. You meet friends when you with someone every day and you could build a different life for them is what I'm saying. You can work with them, go to school with them. It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to be there. You know what I'm saying? You get a chance to see them act or work or whatever it may be that, you know what I'm saying, you soon to grow on and give them a chance. And that's a friendship. That's how you have a friendship before you become something. But anybody that meets somebody, it's not like that. And what Tyrese said was, you got to get a chance to learn somebody. You got to learn them. And what I told her was, no matter what, when you meet somebody physically in the first beginning, no matter if you hang out, go to the movies, you do whatever, you go dancing, whatever you want to go through, you still got that physical thing in back of your mind. You can't wait to get to it. And ladies, it's the same way. It's the same way. When you meet a guy on the street or somewhere else, it got to be a physical thing to make you that. You don't just instantly say, oh, he's cute, we could be friends. We can just hang together.
Okay, but that wasn't the point that we was trying to make. Anyway, the point we was trying to make was he was basically saying that you can't have, it's impossible for a guy to just be friends with a female. So
no, I didn't say it's impossible for a guy to be not be a friend of a female. That wasn't it. We was talking about when you first meet somebody, do you think about being friends? That was our debate. Okay? Now, I'm not saying it's impossible for somebody to be friends with a female. You know what I'm saying? When you got a good friend and it's opposite sex, sometimes that could be healthy for you and whatnot in whatever situation you in. But although even if you want to say that, it's still very rare that a man is gonna be friends with a pretty girl and they just friends. It's gonna be rare.
Okay.
Even if you have that, it's still gonna be scary.
Okay, now that's
hard to trust.
Now, and my argument with that is it's not impossible to be friends with the opposite sex and not want to sleep with that person. Not every guy thinks like that. Every guy don't think that because they have a friend that you got to sleep with them. That's not true. Everybody don't think like that. What do you have to say about that?
It's still going to be hard. It's going to be hard.
So that's basically your husband telling you he better not ever say he got a friend that's pretty, because then that's going to make me feel like you're going to want to sleep with that friend because it's impossible for you to be friends with that female.
I mean, don't take it like you got to listen to me with it. I mean, who's going to allow their man just to have a pretty female friend? And you're going to just be okay with it.
But there are some women who would allow that.
Okay,
if she's confident enough, and if it's a friend that you already been friends with and there was no relationships with it, there's some people who accept relationships if you've been in a relationship with that person.
There's some people who settles for it because they probably feel like they don't have no other option. You understand? They probably feel like they don't have nothing. Like, if either I'm going to take him the way he is, or I know he's not going to take me because that's his friend. And he's going to deal with her regardless. And you know what I'm saying? If you feel that way, then some girls will settle with it. But it don't necessarily mean that they okay with it. Because if you had a choice, I think majority of women that say, I don't want him to be friends with that pretty girl. It's a threat.
Of course.
Women compete
it's not
all
really
the time.
It's not really a threat.
Can you imagine having a girl that's prettier than you as a friend?
Well, first of all,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't really care about rolling with bad chicks, like, at the end of the day, because I'm not threatened by any woman. Because you have to worry about your husband. It's not the girls that I'm worried about. It's my man. If you decided to sleep with somebody because they're pretty, then that's on you. And you can't control yourself. Right or wrong.
Yeah, well, I think that you be playing the mind game with yourself.
But I'm not saying that I'm gonna let you go out in the
sit there
streets and go meet a pretty girl and be like, oh, babe, she's cool. Can I be her friend? No, I'm not saying that.
Well,
She
you
would
know
have had
what?
to have been a friend way before I came in the picture
You know
for me
what?
to accept
You know what?
anything like that.
Well-
Because I don't play all them
well,
cousins
listen.
and this is my sister
Well,
class.
listen, I'm glad this is being recorded, so now you guys can also hear how she just straight contradicted herself. Because first off, you just said that it's okay, and you're confident that your man, that you wouldn't feel threatened if your man was with a pretty girl. That's fine. She could be a friend.
But
if
I
she was there,
wouldn't.
hold on. So you wouldn't mind that. But you also said that it's possible for you to meet somebody the first time on the street and be friends with them too. So how can he not have a friend that's pretty that he just met?
Okay. But the only reason why that would be hard
That's
for
a
me to
contradiction.
accept, no, it's not a contradiction. The only reason why it would be hard for any woman to accept anything like that is when their man is
Because you know
saying
it's not realistic
it's
to be a friend when you
impossible
first meet
to have a
somebody.
friend
It's a physical
and not want to
thing.
sleep with them. It's a physical attraction. What woman would have let her husband have a friend like if their man was thinking like that?
Well, listen to this. Women,
Would you?
Listen. Majority, I'm gonna get real deeper than that. Tyrese, listen, man. I could talk this thing too. I know this thing about women. I played that game. Thank God I'm married to a beautiful wife. I love her to death. Yes, and we have a lot we could bring to the table, okay? But listen, I know for a fact that anybody will have a problem with that. Anybody, it's impossible that you can sit there. If women are together and they having a good time, sometimes that goes sideways. That's how a lot of lesbians became a lesbian. Because they sat there, they probably did some stuff to get twisted, was out of their mind, or did something crazy, and before you know it, they became a lesbian that night. So you mean to tell me you're gonna take the opposite sex, who can possibly be attracted to themselves, and think they're gonna be friends all the time, and there's never gonna be a time that they slip up? They're physically attracted to each other. It's going to happen. If you got two girls
So you
who
trying to
never
say-
said they ever
so
been
are
gay
you
before,
trying to
if they
say
cross the
all
line,
girls
what makes
sleep
you
with
think
each
that
other?
a man and woman that's attracted to each
So
other?
now he's
is
saying
not
all
somebody
pretty
who's gonna
girls
be there?
sleep with each other.
Come
My
on.
husband.
That's all I'm trying
All
to
right,
say.
this is
Tyrese.
the
Call me
realest and the
out. I know
rawest
this.
conversation that we have ever had live. This is not pre-recorded, no nothing. We literally recorded this right after the show. So at Tyrese, your show is popping. Rev Run, your wife, I love y'all. This is straight. Follow us, Aunt Rice 914, and at Keisha a little bit, and we out.